All right, parents at a Southern California elementary school are outraged, saying their kids received racist cards from other students. Parents say the cards were given to several black students by a group of sixth graders, calling them racist names. The cards also told the students the group would be nice to them for Black History Month. This happened at Pepper Tree Elementary in Upland. That's a city in San Bernardino County. School district officials say the students who wrote the cards will be disciplined, adding that they have zero tolerance for this behavior.
Legal action has been taken against a California school district over racist cards and bullying allegedly made by students at an elementary school. Joining us now is Cochran firm attorney James Bryant, who's representing the families, and one of the sixth grade students, Chloe Jenkins. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us here.
So, Attorney Bryant, I want to start with you. Can you tell us what actually happened and what legal action has been taken?
Sure. There's actually a multitude of things that occurred. This didn't just happen during Black History Month this year. The continuous racist acts by students at Pepper Tree Elementary against Black students has been happening for quite some time. Many parents, starting as early as last year, when in-person learning returned, had complained to the school about their students being called the N-word, monkey, continuous monkey calls, cotton pickers, and the school was put on notice. And despite the fact that the school was put on notice, they didn't take any action to continue to prevent and provide a safe space for these children. Fast forward as the kids continue to deal with that through the beginning of this year into Black History Month, certain students had decided to provide cards to these various students on campus. One being Chloe, who is here today. She received a card which called her their favorite cotton picker. There was also a card that depicted one of the other children with a noose hanging from a tree. There was also the golden N-word pass that was being passed around school, which gave special protections or rights to the Black students that agreed to sign this. So the legal action that's going to be taken is that in California, public schools are required to provide a safe space and to prevent harassment based upon race, ethnicity, gender at their schools. It is a requirement. And once they are placed on notice, they must take action, because the California has recognized that that type of torment is absolutely detrimental to the welfare of children.
Yeah. You know, I was bullied in the third grade, called the N-word, and that had a severe effect on me. Chloe, can you tell us about what happened to you, and tell us, you know, what did you tell your parents after it happened?
On the 1st of February 1st, the girl said that she made me a card for Black History Month, and I was thinking it was going to be like a good card, a nice card. And the next day she gave it to me saying that I'm her favorite cotton picker. And it made me feel like I was less than others and that I wasn't like safe to go to school. Because after that, her mom and some other parents were saying that I was setting their child up for failure. And they're saying they're going to fight my mom. I don't know why. But then when I got the card, I showed my mom, and I didn't even know how to feel. It was sad.
I'm so sorry that happened to you, Chloe. Attorney Bryant, has the school responded? And if not, what's your message to the parents of Black and biracial kids at this elementary school?
Yes, so we've just submitted the government claim. Before you can actually file a lawsuit, you have to submit what is called a government claim in California. So we've submitted government claims, and we expect to hear back from the school district fairly soon. And we also look forward to having talks immediately with them. As you know, Chloe is not in school right now, and some of the other families have decided not to bring their children to school until it's safe. Here's my message. You know, like you, I was also called the N-words multiple times in my life. And that is a word, and that's a pain that I don't think, unless you experience it, it never goes away, right? Unless you really understand what that feels like, it never heals. And so what I'd say to the parents, be strong, band together, we will get resolution. You don't have to leave the school because there are racist people there. The school needs to ensure that there is a safe space for your children. They've tried to, in the past, ban black children from attending school, with white children, as we saw back in the 50s and 60s. And had every family decided not to be strong and move forward and try to give their children the best education, where would we be? So they will ultimately get the protections. I think that the school district has now taken this matter seriously, and there will be a resolution to provide a safe space for not only students at Pepper Tree, but this is apparently something that's a little bit more widespread throughout the San Bernardino County area.
Chloe, I want to thank you for summoning the courage to share your story with us today. It really means a lot. And I want to give you the last word, give you an opportunity. What would you say to the bullies out there that are continuing to make it hard for folks like you to go to school and to learn? What's your message to those bullies out there?
That it's not funny to bully people because you never know what they're going through.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Chloe, and thank you to Attorney Bryant for joining us here on Fox Soul's Black Report. We'll be sure to keep our eye on this.
So much.
Thank you.
There is so much that folks are dealing with. Maybe it was good that God see fit I didn't have kids, because I'd have to go up to that school and open up a can of you know what. And I'd really have to start with those children's parents. I mean, as an adult, you can't get at those kids like you would want to, because they are children, you are an adult, but I think you can get at their parents. And I don't condone violence, but how we raise up about our kids. I mean, whether it's like, their physical well-being, or in this case, their emotional well-being, you will raise up and do everything you have to do to protect your child. And, I think, pulling them out of school was probably just a way to kind of just, bring it down just a little bit so they can go about it, more effectively and get some better results. But let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. Listen, that baby is distressed. That baby is stressed out. She is, and she's, she doesn't have that sort of kind of capacity or that maturity to handle this. And that is what would drive me nuts as a parent, mm-hmm. especially if you can't really help in a sense.
Yeah.
And burn that school down. I don't condone that, but that's how as far as how I would feel about it. That school wouldn't exist no more.
But speaking of feelings, to Chloe's point, you never know what people are going through. You never know what kids are going through. Mm-hmm. And we've reported on these book bans mm-hmm. and these efforts to ban and subvert Black history, among other things, right? That's taking a toll on our kids. Heck, it's taking a toll on us mm-hmm. just delivering that to our soulmates. And so we've got to do better in terms of protecting our kids, and that means protecting the learning environment that they're in. And so, again, big thanks to Chloe and mm-hmm. Attorney Bryant for joining us.